Well, that depends whether you were talking about the private sector or the public sector. The only study that we know of conducted by Dignity at Work years ago was 31.2% of those questioned at the time. So given the working population then, which was just over 18,000, that meant that over 5,000 people were being bullied at the time then. Right now, no research that we know of has been conducted since then. However, it's something that is pending.
So how well is the working group progressing on issues?
Well, there has been progress. We've come a long way ever since the Employment Bullying at Work Act 2014 was enacted. However, we find that there is still much that needs doing. Among things is the training of management. We're talking about the public sector here rather than the private sector. However, the private sector also needs, I believe, or should I say, we believe, monitoring, ensuring that they are complying with the said legislation. So we think that managers need training. We think that an ethos and awareness of dignity at work, that it is unacceptable that bullying and harassment still continues despite legislation and policy.
So to that end, how much did the Employment Bullying at Work Act of 2014 improve things?
Well, we don't know. This is why we're asking the government for research. In fact, they have on their desk even, 7 questions which was agreed by the working group, sitting on somebody's desk somewhere, and we're still waiting to see what happens with that, because we believe that we need to measure bullying, if there is bullying, and we believe that there is, how much of it there is, and what can we do about that.
So how regularly would you like to see a study conducted in a place the size of Gibraltar and the scope of the harassment or abuses that you come across?
Well, the length of time between one study and another, given the size of Gibraltar, might not have to be like an annual thing. However, ideally that's what you want. You want to monitor the situation from year to year. But however, I think the working group, we are happy. And when I say the working group, it's Unite, GGCA, Teachers Union, and us, the Dignity at Work charity. I think that if they do it from time to time, every 3 years, every 4 years, I think that would be a step in the right direction to see, and quantify and even qualify, what's happening, what effect has the legislation had, if at all, on people's behavior.